Hello everyone, so our topic for today is two-dimensional array using C++. So what is a two-dimensional array? So a two-dimensional array, what we call 2D, is a collection of fixed number of components of the same type arranged in two dimensions, so sometimes called matrices or tables, or simply a spreadsheet. Okay, so kagaya nito. Yeah. Okay, but before that, so what is the syntax for two-dimensional arrays? Okay, so first you have to indicate a data type. So any data type will do. For example, you have double, integer, char, okay, any data type. And then of course you have your array name here. And then the two square bracket. Okay, the first bracket indicate the size of your rows. Okay, so it indicates the size of your row, and then the second bracket indicate the size of your columns. Okay, so always put the size of row and columns here. So hindi pwedeng blanco yan. So error yan sa C++. Okay, and at the same time in square bracket is always after the name of array. So hindi siya kagaya ng Java na you can put here o kaya dito. Okay? So, si C++, dito po lagi ang ating square bracket. Okay, example, you have here int sales. Okay, you have row here 10 and then the columns 5. Okay? So, ito yan. Okay? So, since you have 10 row, you have 10 rows. Okay? So, meron tayong 0 to 9. Okay, so that is 10. Okay, remember na our index number of array is always start with index 0. Okay, this time meron tayong columns. So that is, the size is 5. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So yung ating kasing one-dimensional array is a single index lang. So pag two-dimensional array, you have two index, the row and the column. Okay? So example, I want to access the value of 100. For example, may laman tayong 100 here. How are we going to access the element or the value of 100 here? Okay? So that is array sales index. Okay, that is array sales index. Okay, you have the row 3. And then, the column is 1. Okay? So, ilalagay natin. If you want to display, sasabihin nyo rito, cout, sales, index 3, and index 1. Okay? For our rows and column. For example, meron tayo ditong nilagay. 5. Okay? So, how are we going to access the value of 5? So, that is sales. Okay? Sales. So, na kanyang row, ang row niya ay 0. Okay? And then, ang column niya ay 3. Okay? Another example. For example, naglagay ako dito ng 1. So, in order to access the value of 1, so that is sales. Okay? So, pangat na sulat ko. Sales 0, and then the column is also 0. Okay, so that is how to access. Okay, example, paano pag ganito naman ang given sa inyo? Ayan. Paano kung ganyan ang given? So, if the question is, okay, how to access 7.9? Okay, since you have row of 3, so this is 0, 1, 2. And then again, the size of your column is 3. So this is your column, 0, 1, 2. So 7.9 is located in values. Okay, index. Okay, nasa index 2. Ang kanyang column. At nasa index 1. Okay? Another example about how to access the value of point 2. So that is under values. Okay, mahirap magsulat dito. Values 1 and column 0. Okay, so that's it. How about another example? Paano kung ganito naman? Okay, ganito. Yan, naka-horizontal naman siya. Okay, since we have here, your row is 3, so this is your row 0, row 1, and row 2. Okay, ito yan. Row 0, row 1, row 2. And then your index number is, for column, you have size of 2. So, ito yung column natin. 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. So, mapapansin nyo, yung ating 2-dimensional is a collection of 1-dimensional array. So, you have 3 na 1-dimensional array. Okay? So, if I am going to access the value of 30, so siya ay nasa array index 1. Okay? And the column is 1. Index 1, 1. Okay? So, that's it. So, that is how to access the column. Now, another example. Paano kung table naman yung given sa inyo? How are you going to declare your array with this given table? With a given table. Okay? So, example, this is array A. Okay? So, gagawin natin, declare natin. For example, this is integer. So, our data type is int A. Okay? So, ilan ang row natin? You have 1, 2, 3. Okay? So, meron tayong meron tayong 3. Okay, how many columns? Okay, you have 1, 2, 3. Ayan. Okay, and then lalagay natin laman, equals. So, ibababa ko na lang. Kasya naman. Okay, so lalagay natin yung yung curly bracket. And then, lagay natin yung unang row. So, lalagay uli natin siya sa curly brace. Curly brace. Okay, curly brace. Okay, so you have 3, 2, 4. Okay, so that is our first one-dimensional array. So, close it with another curly brace. And then, comma. The next row naman. So, that will be open again a curly brace. So, 7, 6, 8. Okay, then close. And then, again, separated by a comma. Kasi another array na naman yan. Single-dimensional array yan. So, sabi ko nga, 2-dimensional array is a collection of 1-dimensional array. So, that is 0, 0, 1. And then close. And of course, meron tayong final natin na close. Okay? So, that is how to declare a 2-dimensional array. Okay? Always separated by a comma. So, you have open and close. Okay? Now, let's proceed to next discussion, which is how to display all the elements inside the 2-dimensional array. Okay, so this example. So, let's erase first kasi masyadong madumi. Yeah. Okay. So, we're going to display all the elements inside the array. So, this time, you have an array X with a row of 3 and a column of 2. So, mapapansin nyo, meron tayong dalawang loop, no? So the first loop is for our rows. Okay? And the second loop, which is inside dun sa loop ng row, so meron tayo ditong inner loop and meron tayong outer loop. So yung inner loop natin is loop for the column. Okay? And mapapansin nyo, yung ating row, okay, is initialized with 0. Okay? Bakit? Kasi nga, yung ating index number sa array is always start with index 0. Okay? And then, yung conditional statement natin, so since row yan, ang size ng row natin is 3. And then, our operator here, relational operator, is less than because, because yung size ng ating, yung index natin is nag-i-start ng 0. So, what will happen is always less than the size. Okay? Lagi tayong minus 1 dun sa size. Maglaless tayo ng 1 sa size. That's why it's less than 3. Okay? And then, ganoon din sa column. So, initialize with 0. And then, anong size ng ating column, which is 2. Okay? So, less than again, kasi nag-start tayo sa index 0. Okay? So, matatapos tayo sa 1, which is less than 2 yun. Okay? And then, lalagay natin sa loob ng ating inner loop yung ating statement. Okay? So, meron tayo dito cout element. So, let's start to visualize this loop. Okay? So, initially, ang value ng row nyo ay 0. Okay? Initially. So, is 0 less than 3? So, of course, yes. So, papasok ka ngayon, since na-meet yung condition, papasok tayo dito sa loop. Okay? Dito sa loop na to. So, ang initial value ng column natin is 0. Is 0 less than 2? Yes. So, papasok siya dito sa ating statement. Gagawin niya itong statement na to. Kasi na-meet niya yung condition. So, sabi cout, i-display yung element x. So, ito yan. Tinawag niya yung value ng row, which is 0. And then, tinawag niya rin yung value ng column, which is 0. And then, the next statement is, i-display yung ating array x, row 0, column 0. So, anong value nun? So, that is 100. Kaya, din-display niya ay 100. Okay? So, after that, iikot siya ulit dito sa ating loop, sa column. So, this time, yung ating 0 ay magiging ng 1. Kasi nag-increment tayo. So, 0 plus 1 is 1. Is 1 less than 2? Yes. So, gagawin niya ulit ito. So, di-display ito. Tatawagan yung value ng row, which is 0. Tatawagan yung value ng column, which is now 1. Okay? And then sabi, i-display daw yung 0, 1. So, anong value nun? That is 10. That's why, din-display niya yung 10. Okay? So, imikot na naman siya ulit. So, this time, this column is now 2. Is 2 less than 2? No. So, nang gagawin niya, since hindi na meet ang condition, lalabas siya sa loop. Okay? Saan siya pupunta? Dito sa loop ng row. Kasi hindi pa tayo tapos dito. Okay? So, this time, yung ating row, so dating 0 yan. So, since may increment yan, madadagdagan to ng 1. So, this time, 0 plus 1 is 1. So, ang value ng ating row ngayon ay hindi na 0. 1 na. Okay? So, mag-erase lang tayo para hindi magulo. Okay? Erase lang natin. Ayan. Okay? So now, so 1 na yan. Is 1 less than 3? Yes. So, papasok na naman siya dito. Sa loop na to. So, this time, back to 0 tayo. Okay? Kasi bagong pasok tayo sa loop. So, yung column again natin is 0. Is 0 less than 2? Yes. So, gagawin niya ulit to. So, this will be element x. Ito yan. Okay? This time, na tinawag niya sa row, ano ang value niyan? Hindi na 0. 1 na. Okay? That's why 1 na to. Pero ang column natin na tinawag niya, ang value ay 0. So, nung pinadisplay niya yung array x, 1, 0. So, ang value niyan na i-display ay 20 or 20. Okay? So, balik na naman siya sa loop this time. Ang value ng ating column ay 0 plus 1 is 1. Is 1 less than 2? Yes. So, gagawin niya ulit ito. Di-display niya ulit ito. So, ang ating row ay 1. Ang ating column ay 1. Okay? So, ano ang value ng array index 1, 1? This time, this index 1, 1. So, that is 30. So, 30. Okay? So, pag ikot niya ulit dito, this time, yung ating column is, ano ng value? 2. Kasi nag-add ng 1. So, 1 plus 1 is 2. Is 2 less than 2? No. So, this time, dead man na to. Labas siya ng loop, balik siya dito. Okay? Balik siya dyan. Ayan, ang gulo na. So, magbura lang tayo para hindi magulo. Okay? So, since 2 less than 2, what will happen? Babalik siya dito. Okay? Babalik siya dito sa row kasi hindi pa tayo tapos dyan. Okay? So, 1 plus 1, ito ngayon ay 2. Okay? Ito na yung row natin. So, is 2 less than 3? Yes. So, mangyayari, pasok ulit tayo dito sa inner loop para sa column. Okay? So, this time, babalik ang ating column sa 0 kasi bagong pasok. Okay? Nag-restart ulit tayo ng 0. Is 0 less than 2? Yes. So, pasok ulit siya dito. So, display. Okay? Ang value ng ating row ay 2. That's why this is 2. Ang value ng ating column ay 0. So, this is 0. Okay? So, pinadisplay yung array row 2 column 0, which is ang laman ay 40. Okay? Matatapos na. Okay? Then, ikot ulit tayo. This time, this will be column 1. Okay? Kasi nadagdagan. Is 1 less than 2? Yes. So, display niya ulit ito. Ang row ay 2. Ang column ay 1. Okay? Pinadisplay ngayon yung array 2, 1. So, ang lumabas ay 500. Okay? So, now, pagbalik niya dito, 2 na to. Is 2 less than 2? No. So, exit siya. Saan siya pupunta? Dito ulit sa row. So, this time, anong value ni row? Ang value ni row is 2 plus 1 is 3. So, 3 na to ngayon. Is 3 less than 3? No. So, ibig sabihin, hindi na siya papasok dito sa statement sa loop natin kasi hindi na na-meet yung condition. So, e-exit na siya. Okay? So, that is how to display the two-dimensional array. So, always remember lang, okay, if you have 2 index, you have 2 loops. Okay? So, para hindi kayo malito, gamitin nyo na para saan yung loop nyo. Para sa row at para sa column. Okay? So, nag-start ang ating index sa index 0. Ano ang size ng ating row at column? Yun ang lalagay natin sa ating conditional statement. Okay? So, now, let's run this program. Okay? Pakita natin yung program. So, ito yan. Okay? So, i-run natin yan. Yun. So, ito yung result. Okay? So, you have 110, 20, 30, 40, and 500. Okay. Now, papakita ko lang yung sinasabi ko kanina na dapat ito ay hindi natin ilalagay sa unahan ng array name. Okay? So, try natin ngayon. Okay? Pag nilagay natin sa unahan, what will happen is, pakita natin. So, ayun. Error siya. No? Error, expected unqualified ID before token. Okay, so hindi pwede natin ilagay sa unahan yan. So, lagay natin sa after ng array name. Now, this time, gawin naman natin, tanggalin natin yung size. Okay, let's see what will happen. Okay, so run natin. Ganon, error pa rin. Nasabi, error declaration as multidimensional array must have bounds for all dimension. Okay, that's why you need to write the size of your array, which is, anong size nito? 1, 2, 3. So, 3, and you have the columns 2. Okay? So, ganun po yun. So, hindi natin pwedeng ilagay yung dalawang bracket, yung symbol ng array dito sa unahan. And at the same time, ganun din, kailangan meron tayong size ng row at size ng column. Okay? So, that's for now. So, our next topic is 3-dimensional array. Okay, bye!